Keep talking. Yeah, geez, basically, it went really smoothly too. Like, I don't think we really ran into too many hiccups. Our pipeline and our workflow is really smooth. We all.
It was pretty weird because we started with like very basic code. We had very basic code, and then Ryan had to go, so we just kind of took over, and it was pretty relaxed actually making it. Brad took the animations home, and he did some of them at home, and we did most of it. It all came together at like 2 o'clock today, but just really well.
That's a great concept, guys. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
What do you get if you win?
I'm going to try and show you.
Can't be your own game.
These guys built a really nice, small gameplay concept that was really easy to deliver on. Just went really well.
And it gets faster every time you need a tow, so.
Uh-oh. 5 seconds.
Are you good? We're good.
We'll never see.
Brad can't use the mouse though.
Oh, great work, guys.
That's the idea.
But the background's all done in 3D and the animation is all done in Flash. If we had Flash here, we could show you what you get when you win. There's also tutorial screens that are all done, but we just couldn't get the buttons to work in time.
I was going to show you what they're really fun. So there's so monster plus toe equals being monster minus toe equals loss. And then when the clock hits 7, the guy wakes up.
Missing code.
And there's the winning screen.
That's freaking excellent, guys.
That's what happens when he wakes up. It was.
Did you do your own sound effects, Brian?
It was John and Brad did all the sound effects.
That's I'm the guy that wakes up, and the crunching is just lettuce that or celery that we took out. And we just started eating.
That's brilliant.
There's compared to the last game, Dan, just because of the stuff we learned from the last one, and I guess even just the shorter time frame made this so much more enjoyable than the last one. Because we were less stressed and we were way smarter about what we tried to do.
But we may have to use it.
Yeah. I think we always use, but.
So it's just card games?
But well, we got it playable. I'm not sure what to say. It's turn-based. Both characters play as a little sorcerer guy, and you can move like so far on your turn, and then switch to the other guy. You can move wherever you want. But your hand is there along the bottom, and you can use cards on. You can use cards on the wizard guy, or change the colors. And you know the hand switches to the other guy. But and there's a big map.
Doesn't show all the information of what's going on yet.
Yeah, but demonstrate stuff. I don't know. All right.
If
But-
you find that little card will give you more health. Or going like this.
Sorry.
Oh shit. Real smooth. But before Kyle just moved one of the cards into the bottom left there, where you can use it on a sorcerer guy. There, so he's got the lightning bolt there, and you can cast it. There you go. Lightning bolt.
It's a lightning bolt. It's like a tapeworm.
Really slow, wriggling tapeworm lightning bolt.
Just keep going till it hits someone.
Yeah.
Which is not because the guy's below.
Yeah. No, it's not.
And then it'll stop.
You'll stop the other screen. Or?
Yeah, it'll just die.
You have your 7 cards on the right, and you get to draw a card each turn. You
get more mana each turn. And then you take the 3 spells that you want to use the most, you put them down on the bottom left, and then in order to use an actual spell, you have to have the mana to do it. And the little summoner dudes, eventually you'd actually be able to get more and more and more and more summoners. So you click on the summoner, and you can move, defend, or attack, or cast a spell, depending upon whether or not you have mana. And then, like we say, the screen is a whole lot bigger, but there's not a whole lot of movement going on.
Cards are beautiful, guys.
Yeah, the artwork's great. It looks really, really cool. We didn't bother, we kept it full multiplayer because with a game like this, trying to get like intelligent AI to put up a good fight against it was just beyond our scope at this point.
The image description doesn't match up with the card right now, that's my fault, but when you mouse over them, it tells you what they are and what they do.
That's great.
But like, see, that's obviously not lightning bolt, but.
Flavor text here.
Hmm?
I like how it said flavor text here.
Yeah.
What did you guys make
Flavor text here.
Flash.
Switch hands here, your cards.
Okay.
I think you guys made it in Flash, right?
Yeah.
Flavor text lol.
We did a Flash development,
That's
Flixel,
a
so everything's sprite.
Cool.
And the entire game, finals, like 450K. So
Beauty.
extremely tiny. Like we could put this on NES if we wanted to. So that was cool.
Would the size of the file expand much with all of the features implemented in the final analysis?
Not with the artwork, because everything was done in pixel. There's no 3D. There's no fancy baked out renders.
Right.
Everything was made right in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the file size would be audio once we get that in.
All right.
So keep that as low key as possible, and we can have this whole game done in like a meg or 2. But no, it's really cool. As far as what I personally learned is no matter how limited you are in time, you got 4 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours. Take a half an hour and plan some stuff. We didn't do any planning. We sat down, what game were we going to make? And while I was hearing what game we were going to make, we're trying to build tile editors and all this different stuff. We just went right into a code and fix, see what we can do. But that's definitely what I learned. Take a second, have your graphic artist take 10 minutes to educate the programmers on a couple things that they're going to do they might need to know. Likewise for the programmers to the artists. Little stuff like getting an image that's 40 by 50. You do all the code for images that are 40 by 50, and then you get your final art, and it's 40 by 51. None of that works anymore. And I didn't tell Sam that. We didn't stop and communicate any of these things at the beginning and be like, we need exact file size and exact sizing and everything like that. And if it's off by the slightest, then it just means hard coding everything again. And the other thing I learned, I tried for forever a day trying to just get this simple little overlap. When you put your mouse over the cards and then have the info screen pop up, there's a thing built into Flixel for overlaps. But because all of those things are HUD elements and everything's built with layers, they're trying to overlap each other like this. They won't do this. They just keep gliding into each other. You don't get the little screen pop up. And I spent a good 4 hours trying to get that one little thing done, and then finally today just said, screw it, I'm going to brute force and bypass it, and I went back to old school C++ collision to give it exact XY coordinates, hard-coded in where the mouse is, and if the mouse is ever there, then play up a graphic. And that only took a couple hours. So another thing I learned is, if you're really trying to go for something, you got 24 hours, don't spend 4 hours on one thing. That was a big mistake I made. We would have got a lot more done if I had just said screw it and brute forced it a long time ago. So if you get stuck on something, keep going. We'll find another way around this. But I think we're 2-3 hours of work away from an awesome game. We're really close.
I really enjoy working with another artist. Not that I haven't worked with other artists before, but usually like they're doing their assets, I'm doing mine, and we merge them at the end. We've done it most times, but this time he did half the work. I did all the HUD elements, and I did mostly touch-ups on the cards. The other guy, Dave Wrigley. Dave Wrigley did most of the basic artwork of the card.
Yeah.
He handed it to me, and he keep working on more of them, and I touched them up. So how do you switch guys? This here, the ice ball there, was originally basically just only that little bit, and I ended up adding background and a little flavor on it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of background.
Everything's great, guys.
It was interesting for Dave too. I mean, he's been animating for a long. He said 7 years, but he's never done pixel art before. So it was neat for him too to dive right into something I've done, and I think he nailed it immensely. You guys did an awesome job. I love those cards. So that's our game.
Hey!
Kick it off! That's where it goes. So, the theory behind this, or the whole planning, was we went for like the haunted kind of approach towards supernatural. So our theme was about haunted crap, just ghosts flying around, blood and guts. Not that extreme, but it's pretty hardcore if Joey gets started. So there I am, the main character. Jared got a ton of shots of like a top-down view of me. That was pretty fun because we actually got to, we got the moonwalk as well. Lets me keep in touch with my
It's
dancing
training
instinct.
Awesome.
So, this, can we turn up the sound? Okay. Cool. So as you can see, you explore through this mansion trying to basically get out, because the whole premise was that a guy and his friends went to a mansion and he got like peer pressured into going inside, then the door locked shut behind him. So now he has to find a way out. So you're spending this time trying to figure out how to get out. There's like ghosts and stuff around. And you basically have to find a bunch of parts and other shit just to get out of there. And you have to avoid ghosts. You should die and show them what it looks like. Oh, okay.
Not here.
One of the hard parts was to get your character to like reappear, and it's trippy, huh?
That's fantastic.
It's like you're hallucinating now because you're in a haunted house, like it breaks and shit. One of the harder parts was getting this character to spawn